Subscribe to my channel for interesting stories.
Story 1. I just remembered when my first love, 21 years ago, first boyfriend's family brought his ex-GF along for our first meeting. I just came across a picture as I was cleaning out the garage, which triggered a nostalgic moment. I'm happily married now, and 21 years have passed since this event. When I first started college, I fell in love with someone who I met through a friend in our school. I'll call my ex Adam. Adam and I took things pretty quickly and were in a full-fledged relationship and were in love within 7 weeks of meeting. I have so many fond memories of that time period. It was scary, and I was somehow euphoric, terrified, depressed, excited, and gleeful all at once. I remember listening to Ben Folds' 5 The Luckiest while I was cleaning and crying because I was sad and happy. Haha, young hearts. I had never dated anyone before Adam. He was my first love, first kiss, first everything. He'd had a GF for 2 years before college, though, who he'd been in love with and slept with. I was always a little threatened by the idea of her because he kept a picture of her on his nightstand. Not a picture of them together, but a picture just of her, in a bikini, sitting on a beach somewhere upstate. And, for some reason, he also decided it would be fun to show me a video he made for her when they broke up of all the best times and memories they had together. Anyway, at some point, little 18-year-old me wised up and realized those things were making me feel insecure. And he was like, oh, shit, okay, yeah, fair enough. And the picture went in his drawer, and he stopped bringing her up. A month or so later, he had a stand-up show that his parents drove a couple of hours into town to see. I was very excited and nervous. It was my first time meeting the parents, anyone's parents. I got there early, got a table for his parents and sibling. It was great. And then they walked in with the girl in the picture frame. They said, she wanted to come and they're still friends. Hope you don't mind. Lol, I minded. Anyway, I just remembered that story and wanted to tell someone. Story 2. Your job will replace you before your body is in the ground. Your job will replace you before your body is in the ground. Many people give their lives to their jobs. They will put their jobs over their family, over friends, or even over a life. They will kill themselves working 50, 60 or more hours a week, and even on weekends. But does your job care about you? If you think they do, you are sadly mistaken. They will have your job filled before your dead body is in the ground. Yes, you may be one of the very, very few lucky ones that have a job that will appreciate you, but most people aren't so lucky. My girlfriend was like this. She worked overtime, and she planned all their parties, never being able to enjoy any of them. She came in early and left late. She got overlooked, and she watched while everyone else around her were getting bonuses and moving up, but her. And before you go and say that maybe she wasn't doing her job, she was there for 10 years, and no, she was never written up for anything in all those years. One day, she came in to find out that they kicked her to the curb. No 2 weeks notice, nothing. They knew she's a single mom who, by the way, just lost her dad and is battling cancer. Yes, you heard that right. You can give your blood, sweat, and tears to a company, and they could care less. Even a big company like Rainsoft only cares about the bottom line. We are believers and know that when God closes one door, He opens another, and she will be okay. She will find something better, but the pain of giving your all to a company and then being discarded will stay with her. So today, my friends, I now realize why this generation doesn't stay at a job for any length of time. They know more than my generation does. They don't care about the bullshit gold watch you get after giving your life to a job that doesn't give a shit about you. They know that your job will replace you before your body is in the ground. Be the change you want to see. Story 3. My husband is an amazing dad. My 32F husband, 31M, is such an amazing dad. When I was pregnant with our son 5 Madden, he was so scared that he was going to be a bad parent. He's a construction worker, so he starts work early. I get our son ready and take him to school in the mornings, and my husband picks him up in the afternoons. My husband's so awesome. Even when he's exhausted from work, he still manages to find more energy to have fun with our son. He's always helping me around the house, and he still encourages me to have me time after work. He was so supportive right after our son was born. I remember he was doing everything around the house. All the cooking, cleaning, housework, shopping, and he was always helping with our son. He's awesome. I read stories about women whose husbands or boyfriends become non-existent after the baby is born, and I feel so lucky that my husband was so supportive. There were times when he came to bed and he looked so exhausted. I felt so terrible because he was letting me rest and relax while he did almost everything around the house. I remember one night he looked so exhausted. I felt terrible. I was almost crying. I apologized for not doing anything, and he hugged me so tightly. He said, "Honey, you gave birth to our son. I wish I could be doing more to help. I love you so much, and you need to heal." That made me feel so loved. He was doing just about everything, and he still thought he could be doing more. I love my husband so much, and sometimes I don't feel like I deserve him. Every day I try to show him that I appreciate everything he does for us. Like I said before, I read about couples on here who fall out of love with each other after the baby was born, but my husband and I are still madly in love after 10 years. Story 4, Fat Ass. I weigh myself every day to track progress. Today is Sunday, April 21st, 2024. So I write down my weekly progress for the week, and tomorrow is the start of the new week. I have gone from 295 to 244.7 today. I feel good because that was my first goal before I allow myself a day to eat carbs and sugar. 50 pounds makes me happy, and I know I can continue to grind to get to my goal. I plan on eating really bad for my cheat day, which I will probably do next weekend. For inquiring minds, I plan to eat biscuits and gravy for breakfast. I haven't decided on lunch, and all I can eat sushi for dinner. I will get right back on the keto diet and fasting the next day. My next goal is another 50 pounds that will bring me to 195. My official goal is 170, which is what my recommended BMI is for my height, gender, and age. I am continuing to walk 5 miles a day, which is 10,000 steps. It took me 12 weeks to lose 50 pounds. I feel like that is pretty good. I do feel that being on keto affects my energy levels sometimes, though. I have no motivation to lift any weights whatsoever. I know if I was eating carbs of some sort, I would have a different energy. Ketosis is a different feeling for sure. When I fast for a day or more, I do feel a boost in energy, though. I am having a good time tracking my progress, and I know that with a healthy mindset, I can stay at a healthy weight and lifestyle that can last me for life. I don't want to fall back into a depressing lifestyle that will lead to me feeling the way I have the last few years. Thank you for reading. Check out my other posts for stories and weight loss updates. Story 5. Relationship Advice, I-24F. I have been single for about a month. However, I have had someone enter my life, and I have feelings for him. He is more set and certain on his future and what he wants, which line in with my life goals and what I want to come from a relationship. He is 27M. He is so patient, kind, and has given me more than my ex ever gave me in these fees week of knowing and meeting up with him. It just feels natural. Is it wrong to feel like this? Story 6. My partner ruined our family. I'm in a bit of a pickle, Reddit fam. My partner just dropped a bombshell that's got me feeling like I'm in the middle of a soap opera. Long story short, they've made some choices that have seriously messed up our family dynamic. It's like a roller coaster of emotions, you know? Trust shattered, tears shed, and sleepless nights ahead. I never saw it coming, and now I'm left picking up the pieces. But here's the kicker. I'm torn between wanting to work through it and feeling like I've had enough. Has anyone been through something similar? How did you handle it? Any advice on navigating this messy situation would be seriously appreciated. I'm just trying to keep it together for the sake of our family, but damn, it's tough. Hit me up with your wisdom, Reddit. Story 7. Is my friend trying to get close, or is he into me? So basically, I had this friend since first grade. He was a close friend till 4th grade. Then we got separated in 5th grade because of being in different classes. And due to COVID-19, we completely stopped talking. Later, I found out we joined the same tuitions. And he did used to try a talk with me, but at that time we were not close. I used to reply with no intentions and sorta ignored him. But again, recently he got to know about my Instagram, Sigh, and he started to send reels every day. And even though I didn't send him anything, I used to his react with the double tap emojis or the laughing reaction emoji. But still, he sends it to this day. He even sent some random pictures of videos of what he's doing. And my thoughts are like, bro, I don't even care. In Instagram, you can only send to a person at once while recording or taking a photo. It's not like Story, it's like DMED pictures. You can't send it to many people at once. He tries to make small conversations, and I do reply, but in not a really interesting way. I reply a dry way. One day he asked me an ID of a girl, and I replied with, "Oh, seems like you like her." And he replied with, No, there is nothing like that, please don't think like that." And I found it kind of defensive. Recently, he had asked me to draw him, and he sent many pictures of himself, and I did draw it. Then he asked me to draw myself and even asked me to send a picture of me and said that he would draw me, and I refused, saying that no, I don't have any pictures of myself in my phone. It felt like he was not very happy with my response. Then he has sent me some traits of him that he thinks girls might fall for, like him, like cooking, drawing, working, and all. Again, he sent me a picture, food he made, which was basically a weird combination, and replied with WTF. And yeah, thankfully, he has not messaged me yet. Yeah, maybe I sound self-obsessed or delulu, but please, I really have no idea how to handle this. So please kindly help me out, TT. Story 8. I am sure my wife just cheated on me. I, M40, think that last night my wife, F43, cheated on me. We have been married 10 years. Together for 13. She went out to buy some stuff for the home, which is weird, she hates doing that, and she went with a male friend I don't know. She stayed out for several hours. It was weird, because she spent the day getting ready like it was a date, and when she was gone I grew suspicious and checked around the room, and she had put on her sexy underwear meant just for our bedroom. I do all the childcare, so I put the kids to bed. She showed up after and refused to tell me most of the details of the man she was with, and told me that in order to stay in our marriage, she needed some time that was just for her. She only told me his first name, and when I thought back, I had seen that name pop up in her texts for the last several months. I didn't think anything of it at the time because it's the name of a work friend she has, and they often need to reach out to one another after hours for big projects. I think that she has been slowly building up the courage to cheat on me. And over the last 2 months, our sex life has collapsed to zero, and she has grown extremely hostile without any reason given, seemingly out of nowhere. Last week, she told me she doesn't want to be married, and it has nothing to do with me. An outrageous assertion. Before everyone says, I don't do enough as a husband, I do 100% of the childcare, shopping, housework, and I work from home, though she is the primary breadwinner. I am emotionally available and mature, and I don't have a temper. I stay relatively fit and am attractive enough. I'm not controlling. I don't object at all to her having male friends. But this screams affair. I'm utterly shattered and I feel like I am dying. I don't even know how to talk to her about it. She has been so angry lately that communicating with her is a nightmare. This is a throwaway account. I am too ashamed to post it to my main. I want to divorce her, but that would break apart my children's home. If I file for divorce, would that make me the asshole?